friends, should we try maybe a weekly vlog, Wednesdays to Wednesdays? Just to see if it might be better. I'm currently uploading my part 2 for my June vlog, and oh man, that was long. I think originally it was 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and I was able to cut it all the way down to 57 minutes. I did think I was going to probably have to do around an hour and 20 minutes, kind of like part 1, but I ended up going back through a second time and really focusing on what I could edit out. It was just a lot. I don't understand. Maybe a weekly vlog will be a little bit better, but so we're gonna go ahead and dive on into that. So today is July 1st. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is still a little damp, but that is okay. I do not brush my hair when I get out anymore. I kind of just like do this to get a lot of the tangles out and then blow dry my bangs to get them to lay somewhat decent for myself. But to talk about my knitting and what I just have here, I guess, because you know I can talk about other things later. I did start the super basic tee by Whata knit yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I started it yesterday, and this is as far as I'm at. I couldn't wait for Leslie of Knit California to do her test knit, because she's not even sure when she's ready to do that, and I'm like, I just want a t-shirt now. I want something relatively mindless. I know I shouldn't start anything new, but it's just what I wanted to do. So this is where we're at right now, and I'm not 100% sure I'm sold on the stripes like being as where they are. They're 4 rows each, and I started them almost immediately. So there's 4 rows of the white, and then the tan, white, tan, white. I don't know, I have lots of different like ideas of striped t-shirts in my head. I was like, do I do thinner stripes, like white thicker, the brown thinner? But then I was like, I don't know if I have enough, because I have an equal amount of the Tinline. So I was like, I should do equal amounts so that I make sure I have enough yarn, because the white is going to be the neckline at least. I think I want the white there, just because I don't want the skin tone to be right next to my face. So the rest of the bits, like the arm and the whatnot, I don't think it matters, but definitely the neck is going to be white. And my idea is, when my friend and I went to a thrift store, consignment store, we both saw this really cute t-shirt. It was a red and white striped t-shirt, like a white t-shirt with red stripes, and it was I'm pretty sure it was pretty evenly like thickness for the stripes, and we both really loved it, and she ended up buying it, and I'm just like, I really love that shirt. So I'm trying to emulate it. Granted, this isn't red, but emulate it in this sense, just this color. So that's kind of my idea, but I'm also getting hung up on this because I did a swatch the other day and did not show. I think I just did this yesterday, honestly. This is some yarn I have here in this back corner that I won last year doing a knitting challenge. This is, let me get a tag so I can show you before I totally mispronounce. Rook or Rook-A knit. This is their specific wool. It's just 100% wool. 350 meters to 100 grams, and I won 10 skeins of it. And they're pretty chunky. Like I said, it's 350 meters for 100 grams. These chunky boys. I believe that is a DK, either a sport or a DK. And so I won 10 of these, and I asked if I could get 5 of one color and 5 in another color. And so I chose the like their royal blue color and their Kelly green, because I think these two together would make a wonderfully striped shirt. And honestly, this would make a wonderful polo. I'm pretty sure I've seen plenty of polo shirts. But also, I don't know if I didn't like do full yardage consideration to see if I'd have enough to do a polo. Like it would be, I was unsure of what color I'd want the mane to be. I'm thinking the navy with green stripes. But I wouldn't know what color to do the collar, if I'd want to do that in white, but I don't have this same yarn in white. I don't know if I have something that would be similar enough. And then like what? So my initial idea was to do the Olga sweater by Petite Knit. And so this swatch, when I went to look to see what the gauge was on the pattern before purchasing it, I realized that Petite Knit actually put out the Olga. I mean, I knew the Olga sweater and I knew the Olga jacket, which I did not want the cardigan version. But there's also the Olga blouse, which I did not even know existed. But the gauge is a little bit different. So I don't know if you can see it. I put some pearls here so I could tell the difference. Up here, I swatched for the blouse, and down here I swatched for the sweater. I'm hitting gauge for the blouse. So if I do go with the Olga, it would be the blouse version, and it would be like this. But maybe I should do some maths with what I have, because like I said, it's quite a bit of yarn. I might be able to get away with figuring out a polo, doing a navy polo with green, just because it's so beautiful. Like it would be so pretty. I don't know, it's something I might have to mess around with. I have not purchased the pattern yet for either of these so that I can just mess around. I might have to do another swatch, like find a polo that I might like. I've seen a few so far, but I might need to double check. And the idea of having a white collar would be really lovely. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Anyways, so that is what I've been doing so far this morning. Just pretty much working on this slowly and doing some chores, and that is about it, honestly. Trying to take it easy. My finger is really sore. So definitely, you know what's funny too is I took an Aleve yesterday because my finger was sore and it didn't even cut the pain. So this is not okay with me having finger pain. Not okay with me. Hi. So I went out with my friends this morning. We went to Barnes & Noble and I got 2 books. So I just want to show you real quick. We're in my little library section. So I got The Ascended, and it's by Greenwich and Lennox. These are 2 different ladies. They wrote the book together. I don't know how that would work, how to collaborate with somebody, but I've already read this book and I really enjoyed it, and it was finally available in like a way to purchase it. Because I remember when I first learned about this book, I went on Amazon to look for it, and it was there. And then, so I'm a window shopper. I will go on Amazon, find a thing, and then I'll put it in like my cart and just leave it there. Anyways, I went to go back to possibly purchase it, and it was gone. Like, you could not purchase this on Amazon. I was able to get it, I think, through the library. And that was probably a year after, 6 months, maybe, after like learning about this book. And then it was available at Barnes & Noble. So I picked it up. It was only $20, so I was like, I'll get it because it wasn't as expensive. Let's see, when was this? 2025 says when it was the copyright. but the first Kensington trade paperback printing, July 2026. So I don't understand exactly what was going on with this book, but I guess it was a new release for Barnes & Noble for July. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's going to go, I'm going to actually put it right on top of my Alchemized book by Senlin Yu. The last book that I picked up was actually the last Dungeon Crawler Carl book I needed. So this is book 7. I already have book 8, but I needed this Inevitable Ruin by Matt Dinneman. It's book, like I said, 7. Book 7, and then 7 Skulls of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Yeah, I don't know what to say. If you have not read, I highly recommend it if you read. It is not fantasy. It's like lit RPG, I think is what it's considered. Literature role-playing. But you're not playing, it's Carl's playing a game. Alien invasion, talking cats. It's fantastic. Lots of action. Again, no romance at all. Princess Donut, the cat, she is my favorite. She really hits me in the feels when she gets really serious. And I just absolutely love her. Okay. So here's the whole collection. As you can see, I have the first book here because you can't fit them there unless I want to turn like these. I put this back here and turn them all this way, and then they go up all the way to the top, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put that there. So I am reading this book, but it's just a dust jacket. So I've come up with this plan. I take just these off when I read because I can't stand them. But because I like how it looks, I just slipped it back in its spot. Oh, and then we need to put Donut and Mongo back. So I think I'm going to do that. Unless I can come up with like a 3D printed thing where I have the book kind of hanging off the shelf, kind of like what they do at Barnes & Noble. I think they do that. Seems like something they would do. But yeah, very excited about that. And so yeah, this is where I put the Ascended Alchemized. When I get the next Spark of the Emerald Flame book, it'll go there. This will scoot over a little. House of the Cerulean Sea can get moved over. Yeah. Good morning. We're in my living room for this little clip because I decided to try to get a bit of this cross stitch finished in the morning light instead of my lamp, which I've been doing at night, because I'm working on a spot that really hurts my eyes. And honestly, it's not even helping doing it during regular daylight hours. It's still a struggle. So I'm putting white in here for the Palace of Richmond. This is the I don't have the magazine with me, so I'll have to show that to you later, but okay, I'm editing the vlog you're watching, and I realized I never showed you the magazine that this cross stitch pattern came out of. So this is the edition. It's the cross stitch collection edition 119, July 2005. Sorry. It took me forever to find this magazine. I don't even remember where. It was eBay or Etsy or something like that, but I finally found it. And it has this King Henry VIII. Let's see here if it's called anything. So I had a big pull-out chart. So I need to make a copy of this side and whatnot. So there's that. It's nice so that it's like this, so it's easy to make a copy of. But it looks like it's just called King Henry VIII. This is the whole piece. Yes, this is a magazine. Sorry, I forgot to show you. This is just labeled as King Henry VIII. This is the piece right here. I don't know if this is what it's actually called, but it's Henry and his 6 wives. We have Catherine of Aragon finished. This ship, some of the border, and then so what I did when I picked this up, so I found this, I should start over again. This chart, when I was looking for it before the pandemic, it was a discontinued magazine chart stuff. Like, it's a chart in a magazine, so it was discontinued. I spent many, many months looking for a copy of it and finally got a copy. And so I started this before 2020. It was probably 2018-ish, if I'm correct. Anyways, so I started, and I had, like I said, I had this top part finished, this Tudor rose. I had a few little bits in these sleeves done. I had somebody's waking up. I had the ship done. I had Aragon finished, her words, the bird, that. So what I did was I came in and finished filling in this. I have not finished that rose yet. There's another one here. And then I came in and filled in. But I'm working on the palace right now, and you can see it's white. So everything is 1/1 on a 36 count linen by Picture This Plus. It's the sand colorway. I already messed up quite a bit. I don't know. There's a gap between this gray section and the white because I somehow messed up in the grass because I started in the grass. But this white 1/1 on this fabric is killing my eyes. It just hurts so much. And the whole palace is white, so I'm going to try to get as much of it finished as I can, just to get it done and out of the way. There's a lion that needs to go here, and then Henry's here, and then Jane Seymour starts right here. So, yeah, I haven't cross-stitched in a really long time, and I picked this one back up because the book I was listening to, it was Six Wild Crowns, which was a fantasy story based on Henry and his 6 wives, but it was, honestly, the whole story was completely, different than anything that is real history. So honestly, everything about the story is just fantasy and new, and the only thing that's reused is the names, pretty much. There's King Henry. He's the king of this country called Elbin, and he has to have 6 wives in castles around this, they each have their own castle around this country, and he has to have 6 queens at all times in order for him to have magical powers to protect the land. But come to find out, he's just stealing the power from the queens, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyways, it was okay. I gave it 4 stars. I finished it last night. Now I have to wait for book 2 because there's a wait from my library to get the audiobook. So yeah, it was just really making me think of this piece again. So I was just like, you know what? I can give my hands a break from knitting in the evening by working on this. I had to pull this off the needles and block it because I actually got incredibly worried about my, this side is good, about the increasing. So yesterday while I was looking at it, this side, which I haven't really actually looked at it myself yet. Yeah. All right. So this is the side where I'm changing colors. And it is not stretching very well. Of course, I didn't expect it to because I have to increase on every row. So right side and wrong side. But this side is actually doing, the actual this part isn't stretching very well, but it is nice and laying flat. Before I blocked this side, and maybe you can still tell a little bit, it was puckering. And I'm like, oh no, that's not going to be very comfortable. So I was worried. Obviously, I know blocking isn't going to fix it 100%, but I figured, you know what, I should just try in the first place. Also, I can take gauge then because I did not block my original gauge swatch. I need 30 stitches per 4 inches for this, and I'm getting 25 and a half. That's not good. All right, I gotta figure out what I am going to do, or else that's gonna be, shoot. All right, I need to do some math. I'll check back in. Okay, I'm back after all that math and being very confused. So normally when I knit, my gauge almost always is smaller than the called for gauge. And so for this pattern, the super basic tee, the stitch count, or the stitch gauge is 30 stitches per 4 inches. Now typically I would do, like, on any normal, most, I'm gonna say, I'm serious, most patterns, I'm anywhere between 2 to 5 stitches more. So that means my garment is going to be smaller. I always have to remind myself this because it's very tricky. So when I counted this one and I was confused for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. So I did some math. I used this blog post that has a calculator in it that helps me figure out what size to make depending on my gauge. So if I would have kept going on this one, so I definitely have to rip this out. And that's good to know. If I would have kept going, this would have been probably a 2XL on me. And that is not what I'm trying to do. It's already an oversized boxy fit. I do not need it any bigger. So according to my gauge, I would, and the size that according to my gauge and the size plus the recommended positive ease, I would need to make a size smaller than the extra small size, which is crazy. So I do have to make the small size. It's not labeled extra small, small. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on here. And so, yeah, like, this isn't the most comprehensive, like, pattern I've seen. It's just, you have the sizes 1 through 7. T should have a positive ease of about 25 centimeters. And then the recommendations, if your bust is this or less, I suggest size 1. If your bust is this to this, I suggest size 2, and so on and so forth. So I just went, size 3 was recommended for my bust size. And I thought I was getting gauge because I did not block it, I didn't realize this yarn was going to transform so much. Where's a tag? Do I even have a tag of what this yarn is? Yes. All right, I have, it's Tin Line by Sandnes Garn. The composition of this is 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. I didn't realize it would grow that much. So definitely have to rip this out and make the smallest size, which is so unlike me. Yeah, so the oddness of my gauge. So this lady must really knit tightly if I have to go down so much, but I'm okay with that. I do like the fabric, so I'm not going to switch the needles or anything like that. I do like everything that's happening. This pattern that I'm working on, this is the Vintage Flannel by, I'm assuming Johanna, because that's the book that it is in. Sorry. This pattern right here, I could not hit gauge unless I went all the way up to a worsted weight, and I did not want to. So the pattern calls for sport. I'm using fingering, but if I wanted to hit gauge, I would have needed to gone all the way up to worsted weight. So I'm actually knitting, what is it? What size am I knitting? the 2XL for this to get this to fit me. So that's usually what I'm dealing with. I have to knit bigger sizes to fit my medium frame. For once, I actually have to knit the smallest size of a pattern. Does that mean less yarn for me? Probably not. But does mean smaller stitch counts. This is nuts. This is gonna be a hot mess cleaning up. So here's my ramen noodle. I'm gonna keep going. Hi guys, it's the 5th of July. I didn't film much yesterday, just I think maybe spinning content. I decided to just go ahead and just spin this fiber, all of it, and make a skein of yarn. So we'll see how that goes. That's pretty much all I filmed yesterday. My finger has been really, really bad, so I have not been able to knit anything, and it's making me really sad. So putting this to the side for now, which is really bums me out, because I could have had that back piece done, honestly. But I did get myself some K-tape to try, so I'm going to look up how to apply this for like trigger finger or whatever and just see how that helps. Other than that, while I was at Walmart, I saw this. Look at these cute stickers you can put on your packages. It says, thank you for your order. Thank you for supporting small businesses. Just cute little stickers. So I got that. I got some envelopes because Amazon was not going to be reliable and get them to me on time. And that's because I sold 3 of these yesterday. How fun. So I'm going to have to print some more, I think. But yes, I sold 3 of them and I did not have poly mailers. And like I said, I looked on Amazon and they weren't going to be here until Monday, and I wanted to have these packages shipped out by Monday, so grabbed those at Walmart. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and package these orders, and then I'm not entirely sure. Oh, the K-tape, do that, and then maybe spin some more, because I can't knit and I'm really sad. Really sad. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and get things going. Okay, I just taped it. Even though the pain is only in this finger, I decided to follow a video because it was the only one I could find that was kind of triggering like possible arthritis symptoms, and it was for every knuckle. So I cut what I needed, and I didn't need to put anything on the pinky, but we'll see. She says that you should wear this for about 3 days. We'll see. I'm not sure if I did this bottom. There's like a little bottom anchor piece of tape you can see sticking out. I don't think I did that right. But also, I took my ring off, my wedding ring off to put the tape on, and I can't get my ring back on. I don't know if it's just the tape in the way or if my fingers swelled up real quickly, but I can't get my wedding ring back on. And I'm not gonna put it on that hand because the other hand, it is too small for this hand. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I also don't have a chain to wear it on my neck if I wanted to. So again, I don't know if it's the, yeah, I'm not gonna force it. I can't tell if my finger is swollen or if the tape is in the way. I can't get my rings back on, so I'm gonna have to find a safe spot for those. Anyways, I'm still going to wait a minute. I say. I'm gonna, see, this isn't sticking down. I think this is way too wide. I think this piece is way too wide. I'm not gonna start knitting anytime soon. Even though the lady in the video, she says this is great for people who have hobbies with their hands, like knitting or playing piano. You can still do that, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a, just a little bit of a break. And obviously this is my first time, so it's not perfect. She says it takes a little bit of time to get better at this, so we can only hope for the best. But yeah, this is me now. Welcome to being an old lady. All right, so I'm going to I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I'll check back in. Hey, so I wanted to show you, I just finished up my first bobbin of those roll legs that I made in my last vlog. So yeah, they spun up pretty easily. They ended up being like close to the end of the roll leg, came kind of like a big lump of fiber, but it didn't give me any issues to spin up. It's not, let's see if I can, it looks decent, but I know it's not, especially like the first bit I did. There's some over twisted things, and then there's some that look a little under twisted, but I'm getting back into it, right? It's been a hot minute, but I like the way that it looks. I almost wish I had enough to make a traveler. I've never made a traveler hoodie or sweater, but I know a lot of people like to use their hand spun to make those, and that would be so much fun. But if this is just half of a 2-ply, this is definitely not going to be enough. This is on my jumbo bobbin for my jumbo flyer. I have a shacked ladybug. My husband bought it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago because we found it on Craigslist for like 500 bucks, which is absolutely amazing. My machine's here. I'm going to move it out of the way because I think I'm going to take a break from spinning. My hand does still hurt a little bit, but I think that's just because it's been hurting all day. Like as soon as I woke up this morning, my hand hurt. Also, I noticed this is one thing that sucks about the K-tape. Fiber and cat hair stick to it like crazy, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, I definitely don't think I need to make it this high here. This, I think I do need to bring it up here because this knuckle right here is a little bit sore as well. So I think what I need to do is bring that up here, or maybe find another way to wear this another time. We'll see. So for now, since I'm taking a break, I already have the next bobbin though on here. It's already set up. It's ready to go. Oops, sorry. So yeah, I have it all set up, ready to go. Oh, I should tell you, I got another order. So I sold all 4 of the sardine tins that I made, which is amazing. So I have 3 more printing, a different color like scheme. I think after these 3, I'm going to do like 1 other color scheme and then list those. And then we'll leave it at that and see what happens. It's pretty cool. My daughter was all like, she's like, why is everybody buying them now? And I'm like, I have no clue. I'm just happy about it. Just happy about it. So what I think I'm going to do now, so I'm going to move my wheel out of the way. I started putting together a pattern for a skirt. It was kind of like this. This is a dress that I sewn a while ago. I really wish I could remember what it was called. It was actually an expansion pack. It's supposed to be like actual like bibs, like pants, but I didn't like the way that looked, so there was an expansion pack on how to turn it into like a dress. So it's kind of like this, except this front bit actually is here. So there, and then the straps go from here up. This is also a skirt. So I'm like a little hesitant about that because I'm just like, what shirts would I wear with something like that? And then I purchased and downloaded, printed this skirt. I saw this one the other day on Instagram by Madswick, and this is a pin tuck skirt, and I have the perfect bed sheet to turn into this skirt. This one's gonna be really, really lovely. So I have this option too. So I'm just debating. I will show you more of that later. Hey friends, just checking in. Don't mind the silliness. My son's 3D printed things sitting over there being silly. That hand is what made me giggle for a second. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. This is the Zamora skirt by Madswick. I saw it the other day on Instagram and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is like the perfect skirt for this bed sheet that I found a really long time ago. So this is a bed sheet I thrifted. It's got this pretty like white on white design. I just didn't know what I wanted to make with it for the longest time because it is kind of see-through. It is also only 60% cotton, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, it fits perfectly. So I need to cut 2 of each piece. And there's a bunch of pin tucks on it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Also, just quick showcase. Found this table at Sam's Club yesterday. Absolutely love it. My daughter's friend has one of these, and they brought it over when Liv did a lemonade stand. So it's adjustable in the height, and I really, really like that. So I used it to put together the pattern yesterday, and it was wonderful not having to do that on the floor. Only problem is my cart could fit under there. It's just the bottles on top. I gotta figure out a place to put those bottles so the cart can go underneath so it's not out in the way. But yeah, I'm gonna put my ironing board here so it'll help with quilting. This is another skirt. I think I was mentioning this, the one with the bib. So this is the fabric, but I'm a little nervous just because I don't know what to wear with that. So I initially was going to make a whole dress with it, but I got nervous with it being a little bit, it's a gauzy, it's like a double-sided gauze. It's a little see-through. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this. But yeah. So I'm going to work on this for right now because my finger still hurts. I tried taping it like this today, and it is helping the big knuckle, this one right here, but my middle knuckle hurts pretty badly, and I don't know if there needs to be a different way to tape that. But other than that, I don't know. My husband doesn't think it's gonna help me at all, and maybe not, but something's better than nothing, right? Anyways, hand. Okay, so I just want to show you how far I got so far. So I've done the waistband, which I'm starting to think might be just a hair too big. Like I should be able, or I'm probably going to take like a 1/2 inch or whatever that would be. I could easily fold that over and it'd still be comfortable. Like I did what was said and measured and everything, but it's just a hair too big. Like it fits comfortably, but I feel like once the whole skirt is attached, it might pull down. So I think I could do that much. Quite possibly sew that down before attaching it to this piece, which has pin tucks, and I've already messed up. These should be equal in distance, but this middle one kind of drooped. Like you can see, it's pretty decent here on the sides, but in the middle on both, on the front and the back. See, look at that drastic. I kind of swooped. I was too afraid to make straight lines with my marker all the way. This is a water-soluble marker, but I was really nervous, and it's like the only marking pen I have other than chalk, and I'm not going to see white chalk on this, so I was a little scared to mark the whole thing, and I probably should have. So here's what I had. Blue mark, and then I folded, and yeah. That's okay, though. You know what? We'll see if this even works, considering how see-through it is. I was debating on using... I have about this much left. It could work as a lining. I just have to figure out how I would attach that. So I think the next step is attaching this to this, and that's when I would want to add a liner as well. So I gotta figure that out, I guess. But I'm gonna take a break because it's hot as heck in here. Hey, good morning. Wow, wow, wow. It's almost noon. It's almost noon. I've been up for a while though. I went walking with my friends this morning, took a shower, had breakfast when I got back. Have done some laundry already. It's been a morning. I've been doing a lot of things. I have my finger taped up. My finger doesn't hurt nearly as bad today. Again, just this knuckle, so I was trying a different technique, but it needed to be anchored down, so I just decided to tape my entire finger for a little bit of help and stability. Again, it's really just this knuckle now, which is weird. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys what I did yesterday. I did not film any of it because it was absolutely chaotic. I'm not even sure if I mentioned it. I think I did. I think I'd mentioned that I dyed some yarn. But I did. I haven't dyed yarn in a while, and I had some of this. It was yarn and an article of clothing. I had some stuff in my Etsy shop that just wasn't getting any, there was no traction, and honestly, I thought it was probably because of the color. The color of the yarn and the color of the garment. Two different colors, but both of them even just separately, were not like great colors. This is something I had dyed prior, and it was like a gray with some rainbow speckles, which turned out really nice in a garment. It's just the yarn itself just looked kind of bland. So I went ahead and just over dyed it to be black because I have some ideas. I'm not going to put this back on Etsy just yet, but I have some ideas. I do want to kick it up. Oh, you can still see there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's going to show up. There's a little bit of pink there, so the red didn't get fully covered. I need to inspect this some more. So there's two skeins of this. This is like a bulky weight yarn. I think it was superwash, but I can't tell exactly. But yeah, I need to wind those up, inspect them. But I have a plan for those possibly. And then I overdyed this skirt that I knit up last summer. I test knit this skirt, this seashore skirt, for Kutavakika last summer, and I did it using 2 strands of Holskarn Super Soft in like this muddy green color, and it was a nice color like on its own, but as a skirt just wasn't working. So I decided to dye it black because I thought this might be a little bit more appealing to somebody. I still will not wear this, I do not think. I also put it on the mannequin just to finish drying it last night, and I stopped it right above the breasts, and it actually made a really cute like peplum tube top on the mannequin. So that's an option, but I just I don't think I'm gonna wear this, but let me tell you, I've never over dyed Holskarn Super Soft before. It took the dye so well. Like, look at that. It is perfectly saturated, a beautiful black, and it also plumped up the yarn so much. So it's absolutely beautiful now. But not that it wasn't bad before, but like, I've never felt Holskarn like this before. So that was really nice. So let me see if I can show you. So the bottom part of the skirt looks like that, like the little flare part, and then the body of the skirt is just like that. So yeah, you need some kind of undergarment to wear this. She does have a matching like blouse, long sleeve shirt to go with this skirt. So if you are inclined to knit lace, you could make a matching set, which would be absolutely adorable. It's just, I like wearing dresses, I like wearing skirts. I think there's just something about a see-through garment freaks me out a little. Granted, I could wear black shorts under this as well and it wouldn't be so bad, but I don't know. But yeah, I really love how this turned out. I am so pleased that it is solid black. So yeah, this I need to get new pictures of and put this back up on Etsy, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's what I did. Oh, so this skirt that I test knit last year, this yarn that I'm currently using for the Oh So Basic, or the Super Basic Tee, this is actually the yarn I was supposed to use. So holding these two yarns together to do this skirt. It's what I was supposed to do, but I didn't get this in time. Like, I ordered it, or I was going to order it when I got accepted for this test knit, but then I was really worried about how soon it would get here. And then so I decided to start with the Holskarn, and then I wasn't really feeling the Holskarn, and so I ordered this, but then I kept going and I just finished it with this, and this still ended up coming to my house. It was just all, I couldn't make up my mind. But yeah. That is what that is. So today, I think I'm gonna edit this vlog today and get it ready to either go up later today or up tomorrow, probably later today. Honestly, if I just end the vlog and then start editing it, I can have it posted later today, and then I can start next week's vlog tomorrow. Let me see, the 4th of July. Did I say yes? Oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't talked to you all week, but I have. So I don't really need to remind things of that happened past days. The plan. Let's talk about the plan going forward. Today, pretty simple. I'm going to work some more on the Zamora skirt. I'd like to sit down and finish spinning. I just have like 1.5 row legs left of this spin. I would really like to get that finished because it is currently tour de fleece. I could, you know, do that, pull out more, which I'm thinking I might. And I'll be honest, I have been knitting. Yesterday evening, like I took all of, what was it, July 4th? Yeah, 5th. July 5th, I did not knit at all. And like the other couple of days, if I did knit, it was like 1 row. But I did take a full day off of knitting. And I technically should, but last night, my finger felt fine. And so I was like, okay, let's get some more knitting finished. I should put a progress keeper in this now because it's starting to, you know, be difficult to see the progress. But I finished the increases and last night and just started just the flat bit, you know, like, so increase and then now flat bit until you get to a certain length, and then you pick up for the front shoulders. So yeah, I just laid this on my body before I started filming to see, and this thing is going to be huge. So I think on hers, the drop shoulder stops about here for her so that she can knit a quite long sleeve that stops right around here. I feel like, I mean, granted, we'll see when everything is said and done, or I can at least get the whole yoke finished. But mine is coming way out here. So it looks like I will have to knit a shorter sleeve. And again, remember, this is the extra small size, or at least her size 1, which is a 54 centimeter, not fully around, but just, which is a lot. That is a lot, right? 54 centimeters. Yeah, that's just flat. 54 centimeters is 21 1/4 inches. Well, you know what? Actually, that's just crazy. We're gonna see, right? I'm just nervous now that this is gonna be a bit bigger than I was envisioning. Like, I was envisioning an oversized t-shirt. That's really what I wanted. But now I'm worried it might be too oversized, and I can't go any smaller. Or at least without having to figure out the math for the stitch count. I do not understand how to do that. I do not know how people get stitch counts for sizes that aren't theirs. But anyways, this is pretty. I do like it. I was worried it was going to be a little too low contrast between these two. I think I really, really like this, and I really hope it works out. And I hope I can get through it without too much more hand pain. So this hair needs to go up now, so I need to go find a clip. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and we'll chat tomorrow, and I'll show you whatever I'd been getting into for the rest of the day. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you enjoyed any of my content, if you've seen any of it, or if this is your first video, I'd really, really greatly appreciate it if you subscribed. And I will see you later.